Hey, how's it going? Welcome to News Act, Monday, 6th December 2021. We're looking for the papers. First up, New York Times picture of a soldier in the Ukraine. Apparently, Vlad has 175,000 troops ready to go in the new year. Over on the right, story about Captagon. It's an amphetamine which is produced basically by Syria and shipped all around the world, given to fighters so they can stay awake for 7 days shooting people. Omicron. Down here, Bob Dole died. RIP, I guess. Don't know much about him. Down here, Michael Jackson, the musical, hitting Broadway. Good stuff. New York Times International Edition, some kind of full page ad for a watch. Wall Street Journal, Bob Dole, RIP. Over on the right, America says China is getting its first Atlantic Navy base. That won't do. Equatorial Guinea. Okay. Omicron, Bitcoin price line go down, drought in California. USA Today special report on extreme rainfall, COVID. Daily News show Eric the Money. It's talking about Eric Adams, New York mayor, put on all these concerts, but he did it with a load of money from an attorney, and the attorney's now in line to get a top job at City Hall. So good work if you can get it. New York Post, why Quo had to go. That's Chris Cuomo. Not only did he help his brother Andrew with a sexual misconduct case, but there's a sexual misconduct claim against him, and that's why CNN said good luck. Over on the left, bit of thirst post, and below that, Bob Dole, RIP. Grandma from Cuba, still on the Fidel commemorative train, as always. Down the bottom, quote from the man himself: "It is not the merit of a man, but the merit of a people. It is not the glory of a man, but the glory of a people." Yes, let's all rise up together. Thank you, Fidel. Star of South Africa, true crime, picture of a mural of Nelson Mandela, he's 8 years dead, RIP. Jerusalem Post, Israel will act alone against Iran if necessary. Okay, they had that exact same headline, pretty sure last week. There's a gap in the nuclear talks now, bit of a break, and the head of Mossad has gone off to America, presumably to convince the Yanks to let them do their thing over there. Tehran Times, there's Emmanuel Macron meeting with the new owner of Newcastle United, who's currently waging war in Yemen, where 400,000 children are at risk of starvation. Daily Sabah from Turkey, story down here: New Delhi under fire as army mistakenly kills 15 civilian farmer protesters. That's in the state of Nagaland, where the military went out and shot a bunch of people, and nothing will happen because of it, because under the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, the armed forces may shoot to kill or destroy a building on mere suspicion, and there will be no prosecution. I think what's interesting here is this is a picture of the army base where they hang out, and on the top there you can see above the door it says headhunters. So the Hindu army operation in Nagaland, the same story, 15 civilians dead, there was retaliatory violence and vehicles set on fire, that type of thing. The Australian, Chinese money used to sway MP votes. He's talking about Solomon Islands. So Prime Minister Manasseh Sogavare, he has a vote of no confidence in him today on Monday. And they're basically saying it's an open secret that the Chinese have been giving money to all these MPs to vote in favour of him, to not vote in the no confidence motion. So probably going to be a bit of ructions there. Australia have sent 120 soldiers over, Fiji have sent 50, Papua New Guinea have sent 50, and New Zealand have sent 65, so probably all going to kick off later today. Let's see. Global Times from China, same story from India. You can see there it says revoke the Armed Forces Special Powers Act 1958 immediately. Usual anti-America stuff, talking about Taiwan, how it's Chinese. Irish Examiner, Treaty Centenary, the story of how the deal was signed, yeah, the Anglo-Irish Treaty, which put an end to the War of Independence and kicked off the Civil War. Down here, speaking of the Civil War, EU scenario planning for Sinn Féin in power, yeah, it's coming. Irish Times, something about planning, booster jabs. Irish Sun, some celeb thirst posting, football, jabs. Irish Daily Mail, masks, some kind of thirst posting here on the right. The Echo is from Cork, drug runs by gamers. This is a mad story. Children are dealing to fund online games. Children with gaming addictions are turning to drug dealing as a means to feed their habit, in a situation one youth worker said has left many parents feeling helpless. Crazy. I guess it's to do with mainly loot boxes and things like this, and in-app purchases where you buy things in games. These were outlawed by, I think, Belgium a couple of years ago, because it's quite dangerous for kids to be getting into gambling at the age of 10. But yeah, apparently there's a problem now. Kids going out and selling drugs to fund their gaming addiction. Kind of crazy. You couldn't script that stuff, could you? Belfast Telegraph, political divide driving away our young talent. Okay, there's a couple of young lads out, presumably to fund their gaming addictions, doing some sponsored rioting. The Herald from Scotland, there's the Santas in their boot camp training. There's a big shortage of them this year. You can see they've drafted in women and children. Tough times. Financial Times, same picture of that soldier in the Ukraine. Down the bottom, Elon Musk is being left to make up rules for the space economy, says European agency. Yeah, there's no laws or rules in space. No industrial standards, no workers' rights, no age of consent. The Guardian, virus, football. The Times, cricket, something about Boris Johnson wanting to throw out legal rulings that they don't like. That sounds pretty dangerous. The Independent, 4 stories on top. Speaker acts over drugs in Parliament. Apparently a big problem. Surprise, surprise. A lot of parliamentarians on drugs. They swabbed 12 different toilets in there and found cocaine on 10 of them. Some of them quite close to Boris Johnson's office, although I doubt Boris Johnson's on cocaine, given his appearance. Besides that, spike, cyber warfare. Christmas rom-coms are bad for you. Okay, thank you. There's a picture of a man lifting a trophy in a sports competition that was held in Saudi Arabia over the weekend. Saudi Arabia, of course, sponsoring the war in Yemen with 400,000 children at risk of starvation. So thanks, Lewis. Daily Torygraph, the public won't accept another lockdown. Yeah, probably through jabs, cricket. Down the bottom, Jane Shilling. It should be obvious by now that Shakespeare can't be cancelled. Bit of a clickbaity headline. Had a little look at it. Basically just saying that some places want to put trigger warnings on Shakespeare plays because, you know, there's murder, drug taking, that type of thing. Daily Express, Christmas, Brexit, celebs. Daily Mirror, celebs, beware the cost of Christmas. Not the monetary cost apparently, but the cost of lockdowns coming in the new year after everyone gives each other COVID. Daily Mail, how you can now rent your entire Christmas, even the presents, you know. You will own nothing and you will be happy. Down here, Harry swipe at Charles' Saudi donor case, the cash for access scandal, cash for honour scandal. Harry trying to distance himself from the whole thing. Beside that, more from the cash for honour scandal. From Highgrove to Homebase, fall of Michael Fawcett. That man was running the Prince Charles charity or whatever, trust fund, and he apparently accepted the money from this Saudi billionaire who then got the CBE awarded to him. It's kind of funny here, they're digging into him. From Highgrove to Homebase, how he's fallen from grace. I just want to point out that most people in Britain, particularly if you're on the minimum wage, cannot afford to shop at Homebase. Quite expensive, but whatever. Anyway, they're all somehow connected to Prince Andrew. Still want a question regarding the relationship. Paedophile billionaire finds here Jeffrey Epstein, who did not kill himself, or IP. iNewspaper. Travel rules coming in. Metro, celebs, you barra watch out. That's some storm coming in. It's going to wreak havoc tomorrow. Daily Star, Shakespeare, celebs, football. Something about Dominic Raab. He says they don't need to investigate the Boris Christmas party yet. They don't, because there's a million other better things they could be doing. Anyway, Julian Assange is still in jail in the maximum security Belmarsh prison without fair trial or due process. If you want to stay off corporate, state, social media for the day, just click the link in the description. Alright, thanks, good luck.